Hey guys, how you doing? So this video is basically going to be me talking about Square Enix's Avengers reveal trailer at E3 2019. So, if you've been following my channel, of course, I made 4 videos talking about each presentation that me and my sister watched, not counting Nintendo or any of the others like EA Play or Infinity Ward, as we just couldn't get anything from it. But we basically got some of our reactions to some of the game trailers for each presentation, and overall, it was. I'm just gonna have to say it was sort of a lackluster year for this year's E3. Microsoft was alright. They had a few hiccups here and there. Bethesda's was. Oh, that was terrible. Ubisoft's was decent. Granted, I'm not a really big fan of Ubisoft, but some of their lineups looked pretty cool, like Watch Dogs Legion and their spin off of Rainbow Six Siege. And Square Enix, um, I will say it was a good presentation if you're a Final Fantasy fan, but the presentation as a whole was a bit sloppy. Yeah, I just feel like the pacing of the Final Fantasy reveals are just like way too splayed out, and I feel like they should have like put every Final Fantasy announcement first before getting to the other stuff. And obviously, talking about the Avengers stuff plays also a big cue on my opinions on this conference in general. But obviously, we're not here to talk about Final Fantasy. We're here to talk about the fucking Avengers, because this is what I was pretty much hoping for, aside from Cyberpunk 2077. So in case you haven't like been caught up about this whole situation, the Avengers project was revealed around 2015 by Square Enix, and we heard that they were going to be publishing it, and Eidos was going to help them out with it. Oh no, Crystal Dynamics, I'm sorry. And the project sound really cool. The only problem is that we haven't heard anything about it until now. We basically had like 4 years of silence before we could finally see the trailer for this project. Yeah, if you can already tell, I'm not good at improvising, so you're just gonna have to cut me some slack here. But yeah, obviously we were very hyped, because when we heard that they were finally going to be talking about stuff, we were just like, holy shit, wait, like, this is our first time seeing this Avengers project, and we just could not wait to see what they had in store. We sort of, I'm guessing you could say that some of the hype was because they have like a little bit of inspiration with the MCU, which, well, take that as you will. I just personally think, because it's a Marvel property, that a lot of people are gonna get stoked about it. So, after a long wait and a really rather boring conference that was like so boring that my sister straight up walked out of the room because of it, we finally got to see what this Avengers game was all about. And all I can say is, wow. Sitting through that entire conference just to get to that trailer, let me tell you something, it was not fucking worth it. It was so not worth it. Oh my fucking god. This was such a letdown. And I will go into full detail as to why this in particular was the most disappointing reveal I have ever seen. So, God. What? So, where do I start with this? Where do I honestly start with this? Oh, sorry. I am trying to keep level head. I really am trying to keep myself level headed here, and I don't want to be yelling all the time and dropping so many f bombs here and there just to show how pissed I am. But I at some point, you are gonna see me get very agitated because there are some things about this game that just, it irritates me so much. So, where do I begin with? Where do I begin with this? I guess we could start off with like the obvious thing, the characters. Like, I'm pretty sure we heard about this to death. The Avengers that we see in that trailer. I don't think I can even add anything to it because I would basically be saying what everyone else has said. They literally look like stunt doubles. They look like they're freaking stunt doubles and not the actual Avengers that we're so used to. And that wouldn't be bad if they weren't so heavily basing their designs off of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but that's what they're doing, so we can't help but to compare that. At least with like Spider-Man PS4, you can get behind that you're not seeing like a Spider-Man that's based off of, any of the movies or the cartoons. You're basically seeing a completely different version of him, even if he does, borrow some things from the original movies. But these guys, like I said, what am I supposed to talk about here? Well, okay, maybe this is what I could say. This is what I could say. The costumes themselves that they wear are really good. Captain America looks the best because he has that little military armor uniform thing going on, and I thought that looked really cool. Iron Man suit also looked awesome. Hulk looked amazing. Thor, I don't know what I could say about Thor. It's basically a mix between Chris Hemsworth's Avengers and Thor Ragnarok, and that's all I can pretty much say about it. That it's just that, and Black Widow, well, it's a bodysuit. So what am I supposed to bring to that? So at the very least, I can say that the costumes did look really good, but the models themselves, however, the ones where you actually see your character's face, are fucking atrocious. Jesus. It's one thing to make your Avengers crew look like stunt doubles, but it's another to make them look like your fucking parents going out trick-or-treating with you when you were 9 years old. That's what they straight up looked like. They looked like parents going out trick-or-treating with their children. Captain America looks like your uncle that you don't see until Thanksgiving. Hulk, I could say Banner was probably the best looking guy, but he just looked generic. He's a guy, regular guy in a purple shirt and khaki pants. That's pretty much the best I could say about Bruce. Iron Man, like Tony Stark, both before and after the time skip, because there is a time skip in the trailer. But basically, Tony Stark, he looks like that kind of genius billionaire that you would fucking despise. He does not look like that billionaire that's, he's an asshole, but you love him so much. No, he looks like the guy that you just want to punch in the face and out in public. Oh my god. And Thor, oh my lordy, Thor, what have they done to you? How many times is Thor going to get disrespected from the Marvel property? First you take his eye, then you take his hammer, then you kill Loki, then you made him fat in Endgame, and now you're making him look like a chubby little fat guy with a horrendous beard. That beard looked like it came out of one of Bethesda's oldest games. It was that terrible looking. And I don't know why. I don't even know why he has a beard at all. I don't see the point other than making him so macho and shit. But he looks like that he's been held back. Literally everybody looks like they've been held back a few years. I'm not saying the game looked awful. I'm just saying that they do not look like what you would see in today's AAA games. And Black Widow, oh my fucking god. Oh my lordy, Black Widow. Okay, remember when I made that Avengers Endgame discussion where I sort of got into a little bit of a rant talking about the many hairstyles and, designs that Black Widow went through throughout the entire Marvel movies? And I would listen, I know that this is not totally an MCU property, but it does bear some resemblance. All I'm saying is, if I were to put her in the ranks of best to worst Black Widow designs, she would be at the very bottom of that list. That might just be the worst Black Widow design I have ever seen in any video game. Her hair looks like a wig, and her face, it looks like they got a man to play the character with a shitty wig. Again, this is me just saying they look like your fucking parents going out on Halloween to get some goddamn candy corn by some fat asshole would probably be a... Wow. Hang on, I'm gonna calm down for a bit. Hey, sorry, I had to calm down for a bit. I had to take a break. I literally, walked around my house just to kind of get level-headed again. Alright, so sorry about that. Alright, so we basically talked about that. The designs look like shit. I mean the costumes look good. But their designs themselves, they just looked awful. So what happens? What actually happens? Alright. So the story is that the Avengers are celebrating A-Day, which by the way, this is not me, going on another rant again. This is just me bringing something funny up. That A-Day name, I swear to God, I had an X-Men story that was literally called X-Day. And I'm not, and I had that planned about a month before I ever saw this trailer. So that is one hell of a coincidence that we both happen to have a similar play on name for two different types of Marvel superheroes. But yeah, I'm not seeing the the premise for both is sort of the same, but we'll not get into that. So, the Avengers are celebrating A-Day until, a terrorist attack happens, and I'm pretty sure Taskmaster was there, but I'm not sure if that's the Taskmaster from Spider-Man, and that's something you really need to, take into consideration. We don't really know if this is in the same universe as Spider-Man PS4. Now, I'm sort of hoping it does, because Spider-Man does have an Avengers Tower. It doesn't look the same as it did in this trailer, but they are there, so I feel like it'd be very weird if they were to make the Avengers and have a totally different Spider-Man being there with them. Okay, so a terrorist attack happens. You see all the characters. All the characters is gameplay. It doesn't even look like gameplay. It just looks like pre-rendered crap. And that gameplay, it looks so basic. It just looks... It looks like something that we've already seen from movie tie-ins of the Marvel superheroes. So that's disappointing that we don't really see anything new with them. And and it's also disappointing that we don't get to see enough, because that's what we all came for. We came to see the Avengers and shit, not this like small little bits of them flying around all over the place, which could just look like in-game cutscenes, most likely. So basically, the tower, not the tower, the bridge is basically falling apart. They have this, like, I don't know what the fuck that is, like a shard inside of a ship, and Captain America's there. He's trying to, I don't know what exactly he's trying to do, but I guess he was trying to, like, make a run for it, but the entire thing explodes, and this was very hard to figure out. I had no clue what exactly happened. Like, that bomb on the ship, whatever it is, bomb, shard, whatever, I don't honestly care. That bomb was pretty far away from the city. But then the next shot shows that the whole thing, the entire city, looks like it got nuked. And I don't know what happened. Like, did the thing have like a chain reaction? Because it didn't seem that way. But yeah, the whole thing explodes, and apparently Captain America died there. So that's something. You get to see freaking Captain America die in this trailer, which, he's alive. Like, who are we, who are we kidding here? You know very well that he's going to be alive. They can't just do that, why would they do that at all if you're saying, oh, he did die, then, oh my, I have to, my brain cannot comprehend this really disjointed trailer. So Captain America basically died, but I think we all can, figure out that he is alive, because, why would you kill him off that easily? And more importantly, why the hell would you show a major character like Captain America dying in your first ever E3 reveal trailer? That's what made him think that was a good idea? Even if he's not dead, it's stupid, because it's so painfully predictable, because he's not really dead. And if he was dead, then congratulations! They just spoiled the fucking story. Ugh. So after that bomb explodes and the whole city, I guess, just turns to ashes, a lot of people assume that the Avengers did it, and now they're outlaws, and they've been outlaws for years, and everybody's been pretty much going their very ways, and the fact, I've literally seen this same exact plot in countless superhero movies. And they have the balls to say that it's all new and original. No, it's fucking not. This is not an original story. I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong, because I don't want to assume that they're just being cop-outs and telling stories that I've seen so many goddamn times in so many superhero movies that I'm so sick and tired of them retelling it over and over again. But that's pretty much as far as I could talk about the story. Again, it's so disjointed with the narrative they're trying to show in this 3-minute long trailer. And by the fact that we waited this long for a measly 3-minute trailer is ridiculous. Now, I know it's not uncommon, but you think with such time passing by and hearing nothing about the game that they would show a lot more than what we see now. Or is that just me being a prick? I honestly don't know. So after that trailer ended, they then go into a after talk show and talk more in depth about the games. And this part, the after trailer discussion about the Avengers, this is the part that may have just completely killed the game for me. Because first time looking at that trailer, I was just disappointed. You can even hear it in my Square Enix presentation reaction video. I was like, you know, it was kind of disappointing, I guess. I expected more, but, you know, I'll probably still buy it. But just hearing what they're gonna do with the game afterwards, after it launches, just completely made me change my mind about this whole thing. Where I went from, I'll probably get it, to, fuck it, I'm not buying it. Because I'm actually not gonna buy this fucking game. That's how much my confidence got destroyed when watching that shit. It literally drove me to not wanting to buy the game. And that barely happens. Like, most games that I look forward to, you know, tend to not be good at launch, or, you know, maybe some of the trailers just weren't that interesting to begin with, or it's from a, you know, shithole company like EA, which I ain't buying their shit. But never has a game had a trailer that gave me such a sour taste that made me decide to not buy it. That barely happens. But why? But you all are probably asking, why am I not gonna buy it? Well, so they basically talk about, you know, the story and stuff, and we already pretty much covered that up. And then we find out that Captain America, Iron Man, Hulk, Black Widow, and Thor are the only characters in the game. And that was very weird. Because with a game like Avengers, you expect there to be, I don't know, more of them. Like Scarlet Witch, like Hawkeye, like She-Hulk, like Spider-Man, like Doctor Strange. But there was only 5 of them. But that's okay, because they do have superheroes coming into the game as post-launch content. And that just made me go, what the fuck? 4 fucking years of utter silence of you developing this game, and all you can get is 5 Avengers for the whole thing, and you have the goddamn balls to have every other Avenger be locked behind post-launch content? It's free, you know, there'll be no additional, no charges. Then what the fuck was the point then? What the honest fuck is the point of making these characters post-launch content if they're not going to be paid, if you can't even purchase them? Oh my god. That's so fucking mind-blowing. But and we just got like Ultimate Alliance free, and they had so many Avengers. well, I guess you wouldn't say Avengers, but they had a lot of Marvel characters, and added even more to the roster. It makes sense. How do you explain this? How do you explain an Avengers game where you already have these superheroes planned out, but you're just gonna release them after the launch? And it's free. It's free. It's free. So why are you complaining? Why are you complaining? Oh, and also, apparently the game is multiplayer. Now, I know it kind of went a little bit ballsy there, but the game is the game is apparently a cooperative multiplayer, and you can choose. And then that's something I also don't get, is that when you have a 4-player cooperative game where you can choose whatever Avengers you like, and yet you only have 5 of them available, so one of them's just gonna be left out like that? Or who knows, maybe it's just false rumors and stuff. But yeah, the game is going to be co-op. They're gonna have some gear that you can unlock, and they did say that there's gonna be no loot boxes in the game, and I can't believe we're at this point where we have to acknowledge that our games won't have any loot boxes just to get some cheap fucking applause from the audience. There won't be any loot boxes. My ass, there won't be. They probably will put them in there at some point. I mean, who the fuck are we kidding? Like, seriously, who are we kidding? That was the breaking point. Because an underwhelming trailer isn't enough to get me to say that this game probably won't be worth my money. But it's the stuff I hear about it and what they'll do with it afterwards. And it all sounds... It just does not sound like a game I would want to have. And that's so disappointing, because like I said, I was looking forward to it. I love Marvel. I love their Avengers movies. I love the characters, and I loved the new Spider-Man game last year, and I had high hopes for this project. And this is what we get. And that's why I won't buy it. Because it just does not sound like a game I would enjoy. And I really hope to God I am wrong here. I really do hope that they talk about the game more in depth down the line. That can probably get my hopes up again. But as of now, this is the most disappointing thing I have ever seen in E3. Not just the lackluster story that they're going to have, not just the stupid post-launch content that they planned for their Avengers game. I have to get my point across on that. An Avengers game with post-launch content where half of the fucking superheroes probably won't be available at launch. Yeah, I'm sorry that this I'm sorry I sort of snapped. It's just... it was such a disappointment. This was such an utter disappointment. that I just could not help but to absolutely tear the thing apart just to get my points across. And I really hope that all of my concerns are unfounded. I really want the game to actually be worth spending $60 for. Because the last thing I want from shitting on a Marvel property is to be right about it. And I'm pretty sure that's what a lot of people don't want either. They don't want to be right about tearing a project apart from a studio that they love so much. So, yeah. That's it. That's my rant on Square Enix's Avengers video game. I might have to lay down after this because, yeah, I am so red right now, and my eyes hurt. I'm sweating. I really did get all worked up, didn't I? So that's basically my discussion or rant on the Avengers trailer. As always, I would like to hear what you guys thought about it. Did you like it? Did you not? What are your concerns on the game, and what are you looking forward to seeing? Also, when the game finally comes out on launch, which character are you going to be maining? Let me know in the comments down below, as always. Thank you guys for watching, and I need to lay down. Whoa. We've been going on for like, what, an hour? Jesus, I really hope it doesn't end up... I really hope this video doesn't end up being an hour long. Jesus. See ya.